Different cycles of anxiety. These are common with a lot of us. And I'm no therapist, I'm no doctor, I'm just a normal, simple guy just like you that's struggled with anxiety for the last 30 years of my life. I'm 43 years old. And we get into these repetitive cycles where, we focus on a symptom. Say we have a symptom that we have. I'll give you an example. For me, it's heart palpitations. I'll get a skipped heartbeat, a premature heartbeat that drive me insane. They don't hurt me, but I'll tell you what, when I get one, my adrenaline will soar. I'll instantly sweat, and I will kind of go into a little panic mode for a minute. And that's great, because when that happens, then I get more of them, because they're caused mostly from anxiety. So when I get into these cycles, it happens to me a lot at nighttime. It happens at nighttime, I think, because we tend to quiet down. We're alone. There's not a lot of commotion going on around us. So when I go to bed at night and I'm in one of these dreaded, wonderful cycles of anxiety, or I have a lot of stress going on, I'll lay down on the bed and I'll feel these heart sensations, these little skipped heartbeats, these palpitations, sometimes a brief flutter, and they will put me into a panic mode. And I'll try to ignore them, which is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to laugh at these things, realize they can't hurt you, ignore them. Think I've had these 100 million times before, and here I am. I've won 100% of the time. They have not killed me. But when you get into that repetitive cycle, and you know what I mean, this could be with dizziness, this could be with overthinking, intrusive thoughts, 100 different anxiety symptoms and sensations that you can deal with. You don't have to just think about what I have. Think about what you have. But what I get is I premeditate these thoughts. So when I'm sitting on the couch at 8:30 at night, I get home, I have dinner, and I'm relaxing, I'll start to think, oh boy, what's going to happen when I go to bed at 10:30? Am I going to get anxious again? And then I am getting anxious again, because I'm already premeditating and overthinking this. And this is where this is a killer for us people with anxiety. We premeditate what's going to happen 2-3 hours in advance and overthink it. Therefore, it does happen. It does happen to us, because why wouldn't it? Our mind's telling us it's already going to. So what we have to do, I think, to overcome this, and this is easier said than done. I've been working on things like this for years. And what you do is you gotta put an end to the thinking. Laugh at it. Say, well, here I am thinking about this again. So therefore, if I keep thinking about it, it's probably going to happen. Which it probably does. So you want to get that out of your head. And the more you push something out of your head, the more it stays in your head. So there's a catch-22 to that also. So what you want to do is what many therapists and doctors have told me that actually had anxiety as well. I don't pay much attention to the doctors or therapists that try to tell me things that don't have anxiety. I've read hundreds of books, and I've dealt with this day to day. What you want to do is allow the thought to come in. Allow it to come into your mind and say, yeah, so what? What if this happens to me later? What if I go to bed and I jump every 3 minutes when I fall asleep for the first 4 hours because I have anxiety? What if I get brain zaps? What if I get all sorts of things? Well, so what? What if you do? If you do, then you deal with it. It's a little uncomfortable for a while, and you wake up the next day and you move on. It's not going to kill you. So that's what I try to work on every day as well. And if you guys have different sensations or different symptoms that you deal with, or have different ways of coping with this, we love to hear them. Comment below on these videos, because they mean so much to a lot of people. You don't realize the comments and the people that suffer with anxiety and mental illnesses and depression that appreciate hearing other people like them. We tend to sit in a room and isolate ourselves a lot and think, oh my God, why does this happen to me? Poor me. I feel like this. I wish I didn't feel like this. And the truth, there's 100 million people out there that are feeling the same as you, if not worse than you. You are not alone. This is not uncommon. And there's actually, with social media, with comparing ourselves to other people on every outlet of our phone, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. It's getting worse. Anxiety is getting worse for everybody because we look at these fairy tale lives people are supposed to have. They don't have that. So don't get shook up over it. Just focus on you. Leave a comment below and make sure you subscribe. Thanks.